inclusion of over 200 companies, along with facilitating corporate funds raising through banks, financial institutes, NBFCs, and project financing mechanisms. Dr. Pava has conducted and delivered over 150 specialized courses and management development programs for IIFCL, IPL, Indian Oil, ONGC, PFCI, etc. His expertise also encompasses delivering FDPs for both government and private institutions, including AICTE, ICSSR, UGC sponsored FDPs, and UGC HRDC Freshers Course Orientation Program on use of artificial intelligence in business analytics, research methodology, pedagogy, personal effectiveness, work ethics, soft skills, SPSS, legal compliances, entrepreneurship, and modeling. Dr. Pava has actively participated in numerous national and international conferences and has chaired multiple sessions. His publications include 70 research papers in reputed national and international journals, including Scopus Index journals, conference proceedings, and books. Under his guidance, 8 PhD scholars have successfully completed their doctoral research and several more currently pursuing. Dr. Pava was awarded 3 patents in recent past and recognition of his research contribution. Presently, Dr. Pava holds the esteemed position of professor in the Department of Commerce and member of Academic Council in Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Central University, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. So please welcome Dr. Professor Manvinder Singh Pava. Welcome, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shika, for introducing me. This is the second time you have introduced me in this
Yes.
particular uh, FDP of Atal. And uh, in the previous session, I just talked about the basics of the green energy. You can say we talked uh, about solar. We talked about hydro. We talked about bio, and many things, and many other things, that from where this energy is coming. We also talked about some cosmic energy and all that. Today, particularly because, and at the end of the session, I was concluding. Actually, I just took a little more time. Today, also 10 minutes are up. So allow me to just finish my session at the end, uh, if the time goes up. So I was talking about that why this particular FTP is for all of us. Means why all professors, all the teachers over here are exposed particularly to this particular FTP on green energy revolution, research, innovation, policies, and sustainable solutions. So we are the teachers, we are the drivers of our nation, I would say. All youth is in our hand. So, if we have to do something for the country, there is no one other than teachers who can bring the transformation. And from today's session is something which is, you can say, it would be enlightening session, particularly because we are discussing the role of the institutes in energy, green energy research and skill development. Now, here there are two parts. One is green energy research, and another thing is green energy skill development. Now, even if we have done a appropriate research and we have not developed the proper skill, we will not be able to nourish our nation. This is a fact. And even if we have sufficient skill, we have a lot of skill potential, but if we have not done proper research, then also there will be a problem. So today's session, particularly, we will be talking about the role of the institutes. Various institutes are there. So before we start, can someone tell me that what are the various institutes you might be knowing, which are actually uh, means focusing on green energy revolution, or the research and innovations which are being conducted and through which the policies are being made, which are implemented at the national level in order to attain the SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals. So, can anyone tell me about this? A few, some of the institutes. Yes, Krishnaji, I have a lot of expectation from you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, yes, please. Because
Sir,
last time also in my session you were interacting, and I could see you were interacting in the last previous session also. There are some stars of the FDP that keep on interacting, and they people make this FDPs successful when they people actually make us feel that there is someone on the other side who is listening to us. Yes, Krishna ji.
sir, actually, to be frank, this component I will not have much knowledge, sir. I have to accept this, sir. I only have some knowledge on sustainable. I will not. I have no knowledge on
No
issues,
issues,
sir.
no
Sorry.
issues. For that, we all are here. Means it is just a two-way process. I will learn something from you, something you will learn from me. So
Yes.
we all are collaborating over here in order to do that, anyways. So yeah, anyone who can name at least a few institutes. By the time you might have Googled it, I suppose, right? So can you tell me? Yes, yes, yes. Please don't wait for calling by anyone. Just speak up if somebody is there. If somebody is having some knowledge about the institutions which are actually either funding, or you can say either have some programs of green energy research. Okay, anyways, no issues. I will tell you there are certain things. No, you might have heard of this SCGJ. This is one. IITs are there. NEIST is there. This is one. Fraunhofer is one of the international institution. TERI, you might have you might be. This is a very famous institution which is doing. Jermi is from Gujarat. This is the one. Okay, and NPTI. This is also one of the thing which is going on with. So there are certain institutions. So we will be talking particularly regarding these institutions. So you might have seen the global transition is there towards the sustainable and the low carbon economies. And this has actually amplified the importance of the green energy research and the skill development, particularly. So, as nations strive to meet the climate commitments and ensure the energy security, the academic and the research institutes have also become the key enablers in advancing this particular transformation which is going on. So these institutions not only they drive the innovation through the scientific research, but also nurture the human capital, making them capable of operating, managing these sustainable energy systems. So by integrating the technical knowledge with the policy, economies, and the environmental studies, these institutes actually embody a holistic approach to foster the green energy ecosystem, right? So these institutes play a dual role. The dual role is, on one hand, they serve as the hubs of the innovations. At the same time, on the other hand, they act as a training grounds for development of the skill and all. So developing renewable energy technologies, and like you can say the solar photovoltaic, the wind turbines, bioenergy system which we have discussed on the day before the yesterday, the and also the solution to store the energies. So this research contributes to improvising the efficiency, cost effectiveness, and scalability of this clean and green technologies. At the same time, when we are talking about, you can say, the skill enhancement or the skill development, these institutions again provide the training grounds for developing the workforce, which is essential for implementing these innovations. Otherwise, it will be of no use at all, right? So there are specialized programs, research fellowships. You can say the industry collaboration. Just now we were talking about talking with one person from the Reliance Industries. He's at the he has he was with at very top level. And these technical training initiatives actually equip the students and professionals with cutting edge knowledge and the practical experience in sustainability and the renewable energy domains. Right. So the interconnection between the research and the skill development, it creates a synergic cycle. What type of synergic cycle? The research generates the knowledge that informs the curriculum or the curricula and skill training, while the skilled professionals in turn they further refine and apply the research outcomes in the real world context. Okay. So institute they often collaborate with the industries, policymakers, government, and international organizations to align the educational goals with the emerging need of energy rather than clean energy, I would say, that innovations translate into a tangible societal impact. Therefore, the role of these institutes, these are extended beyond the traditional education. They function as a dynamic center that bridge the science, technology, and the social development. And now this particular collaboration is very much required. Why? Because unless science and technology collaborates with the societal development or the society, the innovation will be of no use at all. So, if the science and technology is improvising, increasing, definitely it has to do something for the society and the societal development. And strengthening this integration is a fundamental, or you can say the basic requirement to achieve the national and the global sustainable energy goals, and also the sustainable goals, the UN sustainable goals which are there. So these are the ones, right? Now, why the research institutes matter in the green energy? Why these research institutes are there? So they actually are the backbone of the global shift to sustain the energy by merging the scientific discovery with the real world action, right? So they drive the innovation. They connect the research to the policy industry and cultivate the future experts to lead the transition. Now, these are multifaceted. There are multifaceted roles which are associated with these institutions, and they ensure the practical solution reshapes the energy landscape which is there. Now the major part is, you can say, the first most important thing is driving the innovation. So these research institute actually spearhead the breakthrough in sustainable technologies that transform the energy sector. So they pioneer the advancement in the social efficiency, wind turbine, or you can say the designs of the turbines or the designs of the dams or energy storages. Like these days, advanced batteries are there through which we are able to run the EVs also. There are EVs, the evolution of EVs have come out only because of these advanced batteries, which are actually charged very easily and they get drained throughout the day. And there are green hydrogen production is there, and this make the renewables more viable and cost effective. For instance, the collaborations such as of Renew Power Center at IIT Delhi, this is one of the things which I just want to put up over here. This focus on the grid stability for large scale renewable integration and bidirectional EV charging. Now, this tailors the solution to regional needs like India's variable uh, resources. So, these efforts actually address the key challenges, including the intermittency of the renewables and material limitations through AI optimized system and nanotechnology for superior solar cells. So this is one collaboration which has been done by securing these grants and partnering with the industry. Actually, these institutes accelerate the prototypes from labs to development, and means this actually comes up with a you can say innovation which is there. So recently it has been seen in NTA News, the low emission energy mix research, and Carnegie Mellon Scott Institute's technology demonstration. This is what it has been there in the US. So this innovation, actually, this particular innovation which I am talking about, this innovation actually pipelines, or it can say it reduces the cost through its supply chain. The solar prices has been dropped 89% since 2010, partly due to this R&D, and boost the global decarbonization, which fosters the scalable solution like these small grids, and this actually integrate the diverse renewable very seamlessly, right? So ultimately, these institutes are actually reshaping the landscape. Now, I have taken two examples. So these are actually reshaping the landscape by you can say turning the theoretical discoveries into the deployable technologies which are of use, and they drive the economic growth and the environmental gains also. So in the same way, another thing is that it helps in bridging the gap. So the research institutes actually connect the scientific discoveries with policy framework and industry adoption for cutting edge technologies. Now, let me just give you the example of when we have come up with a very good photovoltaic cell. The government has taken initiative to give the subsidies to the public, those who are installing these this photovoltaic cells for production of solar energy to be consumed at the home itself. Now, this is a policy change which has come up. Now, these institutes actually they translate the complex findings into the actionable insights, advising the governments on regulations like renewable incentives I have been talking about, and the carbon pricing, while guiding the firms on technology integration. Let me take another example, which includes the workshop by the University of Michigan. This is Michigan's Graham Sustainability Institute, which actually has they have united with the planners, the city planners, and the policymakers and the developers to overcome the sitting barriers for wind and the solar projects. Now they have given the solution. In India also, if we see, so CSIR you might be knowing, CSIR and this NISPR, and along with the IIT Kanpur's CEPRL lab, they foster the interdisciplinary ties across the academia, think tanks, and the NGOs to align the research with the national energy policies. So this bridging actually mitigates the adoption hurdles, such as you can say the delay in the regulations or the regulatory delays, by providing the evidence-based recommendations, right? For example, you can just take example of EP Tries Green Energy Center, which actually advocates the policies for solar, bioenergy, and EVs through the stakeholders collaboration. So institutes they also facilitate the knowledge exchange via conferences, data platforms, which ensures the policy that reflects the real world feasibility, as in you can say there is a RMI's global system transformations, just like that. So by embedding this research in the decision making, they are actually enabling a faster technologically facilitated transition. Like you can say the grid enhancement for renewables is required, so they have done it. So turning policy for silos into the cohesive strategies that amplifies the impact of across the sectors. So these are the things which are there in order to which has been seen for bridging the gap. Right. In the same way,
हो सकता है होगा नहीं है
there's some disturbance. Can you please mute yourself so that Lokesh, somebody is is the mic is open and it is not acceptable.
Okay, sir. Dr. Uday, please unmute yourself.
Tell them to mute themselves. They are already unmuted.
Hello.
Now, sir, I muted. I muted.
Okay, fine. So next is about the building capacity. Now these two things which we have driving innovations and the building capacity, again, I have told you it is again very, very important. And the same research institute, these institutes themselves, they nurture the next generation of green energy leaders through advanced educational programs and the research opportunities. See why we have collaborated over here. Atal itself is an institution. AICT is an institution. It has brought this particular opportunity for all of us to learn from each other, that how can we enhance, or how can we collaborate, or how can we innovate towards and contribute towards the goal of sustainable development for our country. So this is how it is happens. So these institutions, they offer specialized trainings in renewable technology, policy analysis, and sustainability metrics, equipping the students with the skills through these internships, PhDs, and workshops. I would urge all of you to think of something, maybe interdisciplinary. I am a person from commerce background, commerce and management background. I have some things in mind in which we can talk something about energy management, power management. I have been teaching in University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. I established the Department of Accounting and Finance over there. So from this all things are coming from there itself, and the updation which I keep on getting through the newspapers, or you can say through other things, right? So institutions, you can just take example of NREL. So this NREL's Executive Energy Leadership Program is one of the program, and IIT Bombay's Green Energy R&D Initiative is the another one. These build the interdisciplinary expertise in areas like energy modeling, forensic ESG assessment. So in India, centers like CARBSE, they emphasize building science for energy efficiency, and they partner with the industries for hands-on projects. Sorry. So these programs, they actually foster the innovation culture as a higher education hubs drive, and they drive the entrepreneurship and the global citizenship, right? So these are the things which actually help in enhancing. So by just, you can say, by hosting these seminars and the faculty development program, alignment with this SEBI's BRSR framework is another reporting framework which is compulsory and which is mandatory for all the companies to report that they create the network, that what carbon credits they have actually produced, or how they are doing, particularly in the area of energy management, to the public itself. So these frameworks actually they create the network of experts, and which address the India's specific challenge, like AQI impact on the solar output. Now this capacity building ensures a skilled pipeline, with alumni, leading firms, and governments sustaining long-term transition towards the net zero goals through empowered leadership and continuous talent development. So this is why we are going up with. So what these research institutes are doing, these research institutes serve as a backbone of the global transition towards sustainable energy, combining scientific rigor with the practical implementation. Now let's talk about the India's green energy research landscape. So I have divided this particular presentation into two parts. One is when we'll talk about the research side. Another will talk about the skill development. So both of the things we will, at the end, we will combine all the things together in order to make some meaningful sense out of this particular interaction which we are doing today, right? So the institutions which are there in India, these are CSIR, NIST, TERI, and IIT Madras Energy Consortium. We will be talking and we will be seeing their role, particularly towards this sustainable innovation, right? So if we talk about this, so India's actually green energy research landscapes, this actually thrives through the dedicated institution pioneering the sustainable innovation. So these three institutions are the key players, particularly which drive the technological breakthrough, right? So TERI actually advances the policy integration, and the Niti Aayog actually fosters the global collaboration. So this is what how it works. So these efforts actually propel the offshore wind, solar advancements, uh, green hydrogen, and this the carbon capturing towards the national net zero ambitions. So this is what is being done. So particularly if we talk about CSIR NIST, so CSIR, or you can say CSIR, National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, is based particularly in Thiruvananthapuram. So this exhales the groundbreaking research across the sustainable energy technologies and production solutions. So the institute actually develops the decentralized solar cells, which is called DSCs, that harvest the indoor light for power devices like sensors, IoT gadgets, and they achieve the modules up to 30 by 30 centimeter via indigenous fabrication lines licensed to Exlier Technologies. So this is one which is there. So it advances the biomass conversion from agro-based rice straw, banana fibers, because these things are in abundance over there, and they just convert this into the plant-based leather and the bioenergy, which reduces the chemical use by 50 to 70%, and they address India's Northeast India's waste pollution through Nectar partnership, NECTAR. So CSIR NIIST innovates the hybrid nano generators, capturing the kinetic energy from the footsteps to power gadgets. Now see the thing. So this is something an innovation which is there. So from footsteps to power gadgets, alongside building the integrated photovoltaic with GIZ of 309 gigawatt of solar potential in the green buildings. Now, this is supported by DST SERI, and its work actually aligns with the Atmanirbhar Bharat commercializing third generation of PV tech, and pre-treating right straw for the biofuels with DSM India. So these are the collaboration with industry, along with the policy makers and the innovation institutes. So these multidisciplinary efforts in the nanotechnology, biofuels, and the energy harvesting position CSIR NIST as a hub for scalable eco-friendly solution, right? So, and this is one of the India's renewable manufacturing, and it is contributing to the circular economy. We talked about circular economy a day before. In the same way, the second institution, that is TERI, the Energy and the Resources Institute, TERI. So a New Delhi based, this is a New Delhi based think tank, which is spearheaded by sustainable energy research, policy formulation, and the clean technology, which is the aim is the adoption of India and the global South TERI focus. Global South means it is particularly working on the south of the world, and India in collaboration. So TERI actually focuses on the green energy transition, which includes the grid integration for the renewables, green hydrogen, biofuels, and industry efficiency, delivering the state level low carbon pathways, like Madhya Pradesh 2023's report. So you might have heard about Indore in Madhya Pradesh being the cleanest city of the country when this Swachh Bharat mission was established. It happened in 2020-21. So it conducts biotech for bioresources, earth sciences for climate resilience, and the nanotechnology for energy storage, influencing NAPCCs and NDC updates toward the 50% of non-fossil power by 2030. So this is something which is a standard, or you can say the benchmark which they have put up. Again, this Terry's Eastern and Northeastern Energy Blueprint. This promotes the decentralization of the renewables storage and the PPP projects with the youth programs which engage up to 2 lakh of students in the eco-friendly leadership. So this is something which is involvement of the public along with the innovation and making them skill also. Collaboration with this Tolani Maritime MOU, which has advanced maritime sustainability, and this is related to the energy fuels. They alongside COP advocacy and equity they are doing with that. With Terry and SAS offering PhDs in policy and renewables, it builds expertise in pollution management and sustainable agriculture. Now, this particular institute mostly is working not only on energy but in the conservation of the environment also. Because it's again a Delhi-based institution, and Delhi, you might be knowing, it's something which is burning like anything, particularly from the pollution. So Terry's holistic approach actually it spans from biomass, wind, climate technologies, and this drive the transition, which is evidenced by the green growth assessment and the stakeholders roundtables shaping this SEBI BRSR reporting on and the compliances. And this position the Terry as a pivotal policy technology synergy for India's energy security. So this is what Terry is doing. So now see, you have seen the role of CSIR NIST, the role of Terry. Now this IIT Madras, or you can say IIT, it is called IIT Madras only because now it has been, Madras has been called as Chennai, but IIT is still IIT. Like I am Calcutta is I am Calcutta. So it has not become I am Kolkata. So likewise, so this is IIT Madras Energy Consortium, which is also is established in order to accelerate the India's net zero goal through the breakthrough research in carbon capture systems, green hydrogen technologies, and innovative energy solutions. So this particular mission, which is the IIT Madras Consortium, it actually is you can say this is driven by the Union of Academics, Industry, and the industries which are helping our Shell and Cummins Coal India Limited. That is, these are the things, these are the industry which are actually helping them out, and the government to de-risk the large-scale deployments. This is a very, very different and important thing. So the key focus of this particular program is the seawater electrolysis for H2 at 2-volt efficiency, or supercritical CO2 turbines with Triveni of offshore wind, and hydrate-based CCUS, which targets 1 GT CO2 cuts by 2035. So when it is about CO2 cutting, then definitely it is contribution towards the environment. So technology sandbox prototype hybrids like wind and power, wind and water storage microgrids for 24/7 power. So this is something which is providing the power non-stop, means it is continuously generating. And the collaboration is you can say from Hyundai, from UK ESC, and this scale actually plots to gigawatts involving PLI and NITI missions also. So for ESG researchers, particularly, PLS SEM model that validates BRSR materiality into H2CUs, CCUS KPIs. So this can be a complete model which can be on which the research can happen, particularly using the smart PLS, or you can say structural equation modeling. So this ecosystem actually fosters the startups, jobs, and supply chain sovereignty, positioning Tamil Nadu as a H2 hub. So this is something which is being done by these institutions as such. Further, if we talk about CSIR NEST cutting edge sustainable energy technologies, so this division actually drives revolutionary advancements in the photovoltaics and the storage of the photovoltaics, uh, green hydrogen, uh, energy systems, and they emphasize indigenous scalability. So, breakthrough in decentralized and Prevo-Strike solar cells, they achieve over 35% of indoor efficiency, complemented by advanced recycling for material sustainability. So these align with UN SDG 7, promoting the affordable green energy via DST supported innovations. So again, a contribution towards the Sustainable Development Goal 7 is there. So energy storage system, or you can say CSET, innovates the storage for re-intermittency. Sorry, I'm sorry. So it actually is it's a combination of the re-intermittency, which is by developing the sodium ion batteries, uh, which is a replacement of the lithium ion at a 40% lower cost. And when it is sodium ion, definitely the batteries will be able to charge at the higher speed rather than the lithium, because sodium is having its valency less than that of the lithium itself. So this Persian blue cathodes with hard carbon anodes, they deliver 2000 uh, watts per kgs of 5,000 cycles for grid EV use. Now, these cycles, which were 2,000 cycles previously, now can be enhanced to 5,000 cycles. Means 5,000 cycles are the charge and discharge cycles of a battery. So, redox flow hybrids with the biomass electrolytes, and they scale to megawatts also, and coupling Prevo strike from the firm power. So these are the things which are being innovated and are being done over there. Means it is one or the other way. It is the enhancement of the existing, you can say, the energy storage batteries to a upper level, which is going on in particularly in India, and it is completely done by CSIR NIIST institutions, right? So particularly if we talk about, you can say, the forensic LCA with SEM quantifies the BRSR impacts, revealing 60% of emission cuts with lead acid. Now, why BRSR again over here is important? Because it is actually reporting what the companies are doing. So here, when the report comes, then we are able to understand that what is actually happening. So this again is one of the initiative which was being done by the Terry Delhi in order to make a policy for all the companies to report in their BRSR guidelines regarding the things what is being done by that particular company in order to sustain the environment. Further, the if you see the green hydrogen production again, so CSET actually accelerates the green hydrogen via anion exchange membrane. uh, this is electrolyzer, AEM it is called, and it achieves 5 kilowatts meter square at 60 degrees. So this actually is yielding 80% of efficiency from the solar inputs, and which is scalable to 1 megawatt of the sets. Now this is again one thing which is upper edge from the point of view of the previous innovation. Now, if we talk about the biomass gasification, so the biomass gasification hybrids, they produce blue hydrogen with CCS recycling, and they pilot with Renew validates, and it validates 100 kgs per day, feeding the PNG networks. So materiality assessment by CBSEM benchmark versus PEM favoring AEM for indigenization. Now this is something which can be done at the indigenous level. That is the innovation which has come up. So this particularly this aligns the national green hydrogen mission, and the target was 5 MMT, which has created 6 lakhs jobs, particularly for the new engineers. In the same way, the dye sensitized solar cells, that is again an innovation which has come up, and it has got a great replacement. So particularly if we talk about something which is at the global level, so globally also, if we see, India is doing very significant contribution towards the sustainable goals also, and through its innovations, and through its skill development. Now, if we talk about SDG alignment and its impact, so CSET actually embodies the Sustainable Development Goal number 7, 9, and 12, and this can be done, or this is being done through DST and Niti Aayog synergies, and it is generating 150 patents. It has already done 150 patents, 20 startups, and 2 gigawatt of potential it is having. Further, if we talk about the BRSR framework, which integrates the output and it elevates the CSIR disclosures. So when we are, again, I would say that BRSR is again one framework which is contributing towards the reporting of the energy, and the reporting of the ESG, or you can say the sustainability reporting, which we previously used to call as a CSR reporting. So the regional extension empowers uh, these researchers in ESG modeling, and the holistic impact is that it produces equitable transition, and it actually exports the leadership, particularly in the area of energy. So this is again Terry's India Policy Research Powerhouse, which is again something which is related to its legacy in 1974 and policy influences and diverse research portfolio it has given. So Terry actually stands as the India's premier policy in the research powerhouse, as I have already told you before too, particularly in the area of sustainable energy and the climate action, with a 50-year legacy since 1974. So its influence actually spans the national policies, it is having the international COPs, or you can say the leadership. They have the diverse portfolio in green hydrogen and storage, and a network span of 750 plus experts across the discipline. So this is multifaceted approach actually drives the equitable transition aligned with BRSR, and the global SDGs. Now, since 1974, uh, it was established as a Tata Energy Research Institute. You might have heard about this. So this is something. This was the previous name of, but Terry actually was famous. That's why, without changing the means, it was then nationalized, particularly because it was started by Tata at that time. So they, without changing this word Terry, they have actually renamed it as such, which is the name nowadays, which you can see it is like that only. So this is it started with 35 lakh seed money from the JRD Tata. So Terry actually evolved from an energy information center to a global think tank, which was renamed, as I've already told you, in 2003 itself. So pioneering the efficiency research, and it amidst driving this efficiency itself since 1970, during the oil crisis. So it championed the renewables when the solar power was a niche. So Dr. R.K. Pachuri in 1981 to 2017 elevated its stature, earning a Nobel Peace Prize in 2007 for IPCC via climate modeling. So over 5 decades, Terry influenced NAPCC and PAT schemes, saving 108 metric ton of carbon dioxide, and Griha rating of 5K plus buildings. So this is Griha rating is also a rating which actually is given to those buildings which are having that less carbon emission, and saving the energy in a better way. So this rating particularly is given. When I was with Manipal University Jaipur, this Griha 5-star rating was given to the building of Manipal University Jaipur at that time too. So regional centers in Himalayas, it is having a regional center in Northeast, and they are having some localized regional centers also. Uh, Mukteshwar Bioenergy for Uttarakhand Hills is one of the examples. So they have established this in that way. So as a policy influencer, if you see, the Terry shapes the national and the international climate policies through evidence-based advocacy and COP leadership. Domestically, it authored low carbon roadmaps for Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, and influencing SECI indices and NDC updates for 45% of NDC cuts. So briefs on green hydrogen fed Niti missions, projecting 5 MMT demand. This is something which was achieved by it. Globally, if you see, then the Director General Dr. Vibha Dhawan actually leads COP30 dialogues on adoption finance, which actually the target is $1.3 trillion by 2035. So Bellum roadmap, or you can say Article 6 carbon markets. So Act for Earth forums, actually they push the multilateral reforms to pre-COP33, emphasizing CBDR RC, and this Terry and DMRV systems actually enhance the MRV credibility for VCMs, aiding India's $10 billion carbon revenue potential. At the same time, this BRSR integrations via double materiality studies benchmark the Nifty disclosures. So, State Energy Index collaboration with Niti Rank, uh, they actually rank MP 12th, prescribing the solar agro KPIs post COP29 Bellum dialogues with the CRF dissect finance gaps. So this influence translates the research into action. Example, PAT 2.0 via 750 specialists inputs, ensuring policy reflects around the reality just for transition. So this is something which is the contribution, particularly from this particular institution to the country. Now, if we talk about expert networks, so TERI actually engages. I've already talked about 750 specialists in science, economics, social sciences for holistic solutions. There are multidisciplinary teams, climatologists, economists, sociologists to create via TERI SAS PhD trainings. 2 lakh youth eco leaders are being employed. So green skill programs, you can say upscaling program of more than 750 solar waste via EIACP, placing 80% in Bihar and UP jobs. So experts like Arif Ali, who actually champions actually DMRV, Atish Chawla actually is he models the transport. So these are the people, those who are associated with TERI, and it network actually spans from the government to industry to international collaboration like IRENA or IEA is there. So for PhD expert consultation, they have they have refined the ESG frameworks. Uh, Hypothesis testing is being done by them, particularly regarding certain things which are being developed by the in-house scientists. So 2,000 school campaigns uh, are being organized by them. Alumni-led FTP and seminars, which enhances the Scopus output, also is being done by this TERI. So these are the things which are being done by the TERI, and it is actually leading India's policy in the research powerhouse. In the same way, IIT Madras Consortium has also collaborated in the area of academia, industry, and the government in the policy frameworks and regulatory supporting with the clean energy. Now, this particularly mission-driven collaboration is also because the collaboration of all these things are actually meant. So we as a academia are the most important stakeholders of this, because we have to lead this as such, particularly when we talk about the things. So I have talked about some institutions which are indigenous, the 3 institutions we talked about. Now, this is one another institution, which is a global research institute we will be talking about now, that they also play a very vital role, particularly at the global level. So, Fraunhofer Institute, it is at Germany, it's there. So, National Renewable Energy NRE laboratory, which I was talking in between, it is from USA. And Panthalassa Ocean 2 project is also one of the project which is there. So these are the things we should know about and talk about this also, because we are talking about the institute's role. So Indian institutes, I have talked about some of the global institutes are here. So global research institutes, they actually shape the green energy future through their innovation in solar, biofuels, and offshore technologies. This Fraunhofer ISC leads particularly in photovoltaic advancements. NREL excels in integrated renewable systems, and Panthala Ocean Project actually is having pioneering in the wave energy with scalable module for design. Particularly when we talk about Fraunhofer Institute, the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy System, this is particularly for solar energy systems, is based in Freiburg, Germany, which stands as the world's largest solar research hub with 1,400 staff driving energy transition in the spans, which is spanning for energy provisions, distribution, storage, use, delivery, and viable technology for 100% renewables. So key breakthrough which it is having, it includes Prove Strike silicon tandems, which they have created, exceeding 33% of the efficiency. Float PV modules for the water deployment, boosting yield from 10 to 15% via cooling, and 800 watts plus panels via half-cut TOPCon cells. Besides this, off-grid systems, power remote telecoms, and villages with hybrid PV storage uh, are being employed by this particular institute for Northern. So, besides this, if we talk about the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL USA, so this is America's flagship renewable lab in the Golden, Colorado. It pioneers energy systems, biofuels, and smart grids, enabling the seamless adoption. So, bioenergy scenario model simulates, which is being developed by this particular institute itself. So, it simulates the supply chain forecasting and displacing 20% of jet fuels by 2030 via lingocellulosic pathways, which actually is also one of the main important thing which is it has developed. So this is something which is enormous. Means 20% of the jet fuels, if it is being replaced, enormous means. So techno-economic assessments which actually optimize the pathways like ethanol from the corn stover or SAF from the oils, integrating the policy impacts. So these are the things which they have been doing. So particularly if we talk about battery R&D, they are also one of the pioneer in that, and they have developed hybrid batteries for EVs, which is paired with the biofuels or maritime heavy duty EVs they have come up with. Even they are now coming up with a jet, means a plane which will be run only to the batteries. So this is also one of the innovations which they are coming up with. So if we talk about Penthela Ocean Project, and Penthela Ocean Project actually innovates the wave energy, as I have told you before. So this is through a revolutionary scalable modular design for global deployment. They are working on the global deployment of the wave energy. So offshore wave converters, they harass 2 terawatts of potential with oscillating bodies capturing linear motion, yielding 40% capacity factors versus wind's 35%. So for sure there is an enhancement of 5% particularly in this. So if we talk about the modular program or modular platforms which they have, so 1 to 10 megawatts units, they can dock at ports for maintenance, slashing the operational expense up to 50%. So when we are talking about cutting of the cost, this is one of the thing which is there. Hybrids actually co-locates with the wind farms like North Sea's zero point 0.5 megawatt float PV between the turbines, sharing cables for 20% of the cost savings. So the prototypes withstand 20-meter waves via dynamic mooring. Now, if we talk about it's India's potential, so in India also, for EEZ deployments of Gujarat and Kerala, they actually tap for 50 gigawatts of the waves. Now, if we see our potential as compared to the things which has been developed by this Penthalasa's ocean project, we can also have something which is having a potential of 20 gigawatts of the waves. So designing emphasize, or you can say biodiversity, fish-friendly rotors, and circular materials. India can also actually generate the electricity through the waves. So this is what we are having some learning from the global institutes too. Now, this is one of the example which I was just now talking about, the harnessing the power of the seas, particularly when we are talking about this the wave energy technology. And this is nothing but it is done through the ocean waves itself. Now there is complete process. So means let me take you to this particular ocean 2, which is changing its game. So this is something which is a new innovation which is coming up. And let us first talk about the reliability, right? Imagine this, it is 2 a.m., right? And the sun is not there because it's completely dark night. So there is no wind, but the waves keep on rolling. No wind is there, no sun is there. So unlike solar, which depends on the daylight or the wind which comes and goes, ocean waves are continuously producing 24/7 energy generation. You know what that means? Base load power, reliable, predictable, electricity flowing into the grid every hour of our day. For grid operators and the energy planner, that's the incredible value. Second, the sheer scale of opportunity. Ocean covers roughly 70% of the Earth's surface. We know this very well. And that's an enormous energy resource if we think about it. Okay. So we have essentially ignored this vast potential at all. So when we talk about the solar and wind, we are limited by land availability and geographical constraint. But ocean is everywhere, surrounding almost every continent. So there is untapped potential all around us. Third thing, this is really economic and socially, it's having a very good social impact because many islands, nations, and the coastal communities currently depends on the expensive diesel, and they import diesel for the electricity. They are tapped in a cycle where every liter of fuel burned increases their carbon footprints and their energy costs. So Ocean 2, this completely changes that. Suddenly, these communities can generate their own clean energy. They become energy independent. That's not just environmentally significant, it is economically transformative. Another point, it is having minimal environmental damage. So, some people worry about what happens to the marine ecosystem when we install the energy infrastructure in the ocean. Fair concern. But Ocean 2 is designed for sustainable ocean integration. It doesn't destroy fish habitats or disrupts migration patterns the way some industrial activities actually do. It works with the ocean, not against it. Now, does it actually work? How does it actually is working? So the technology is elegant in its simplicity. The wave energy actually they actually converts is converted through the essential machines, and they capture the wave energy, sit in the ocean, and move with the waves. As the wave pass through, they create a pressure, and the movement that converts and captures and transforms into electricity. The modular design means you can have multiple converters working all together. You can scale them up or scale them down depending on how much you need the power. The beauty, you can deploy these modules progressively. Start with few units, monitor the performance, learn what the work best for your local conditions, then add more. So it's not an all or nothing bet like something massive infrastructure projects. Like we have to put some thermal power project. We have unless the entire thermal power starts working, we will not be able to generate even a single unit. It is not so over here. So it is scalable right from the small things to the large things itself. So, what does this means for the energy transition? Here is why I'm bringing this up in a discussion about the Green Energy Institutes and the research. We can't solve the climate crisis with just one or two renewable technologies. We need diversity. Right now, most renewable growth is solar and wind. Don't get me wrong, those are essential. But if we only have two technology options and one has a bad day weather, we are in trouble. So ocean too is a part of the solution to the diversity. When you combine the consistent wave energy with the variable solar and wind plus energy storage system, you start building an energy system that is genuinely resilient. You're not dependent on sun being out of the wind blowing. The waves are always there. And think about the industries we haven't really decarbonized yet. That is, you can say shipping, maritime industries, or so coastal manufacturing, also, right? So imagine the powering ports, right? Resalination of the plants and the ocean-based operations with locally generated wave energy. You are suddenly solving the energy problem for the sectors that have historically been extremely difficult to clean up. So this is something which has a contribution from the international institution. Another thing, just look at this sand battery. So we have actually talked about the energy from the waves and generating the power from the renewables. But here is a problem that keeps energy engineers up at night. What do you do with all the energy when you don't need it right away? Think about it. In summer, your solar panels are producing tons of energy, but you don't need to run your heating systems then. In winters, that's when you desperately need it. So how do you bridge the gap? Means I am having abundance in one season and crisis at the another season. How will I bridge the gap? How do you store that summer energy for winter use? This is where this sand battery comes in. So it's a brilliant solution to one of the renewable energy's biggest challenge, intermittency, or you can say the seasonal storage where we are facing. So what actually the sand battery is? So Vattenfall, a Swedish energy company, they have come up with this revolutionary idea. So instead of using a fancy, expensive, or this battery chemistry where the chemical reactions happens and the this current is produced, or you can say the complex system, they said that why not to use sand? Sounds simple, right? That's because it is. But it's genius in its simplicity. Sand battery actually works as a thermal storage system. Sand is incredibly durable, abundantly available, and also cheap. So you can heat it up to extremely high temperature and it will hold that heat for months. And we in India are having abundance of sand, particularly in the areas like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, in some areas of UP also. And that's the key insight over here, that you are not storing energy in a chemical form like traditional batteries do. You are storing it as a heat, that is the thermal energy. So how does it actually works? Let me just break it down for you. So I've just given you 3-4 steps. So here are the 4 key steps. One is your energy capture. Okay. So you have got the excess solar and wind energy flowing into the grid. Maybe it's a sunny afternoon and your solar panels are going crazy. For wind is howling at night, so everything is working, right? So the grid doesn't needs all that electricity right now. Instead of wasting it or shutting down the renewable generators, you capture it. You convert that excess electricity into heat. Okay. Now it is once converted into heat. Now the question comes how to store. That is the thermal storage. That is the part two. So this is where the sand comes in. So you pump that heat into a chamber filled with sand. The sand heats up to the temperature of around, you can say, 500 degrees centigrade, and that's extremely hot. But here's the beautiful part: sand doesn't cool down quickly. It retains that heat for months without significant losses. You are essentially storing that summer sunshine as a heat locked inside the sand. Now, step three is the release on demand, right, or on demand release. So, just fast forward yourself to the winters. The temperature drops down. People need heating. You extract that stored heat from the sand and use it for two things. You can run it directly through the district heating system to warm your homes and buildings as it happens in Canada and USA, or you can use it to generate the electricity when you need it. So the heat flows out on demand. Now, seasonal balancing. So this is the game changer. So you are no longer limited to day-to-day storage. You can store heat from summer and use it in winter. We are talking about the seasonal energy storage, something lithium batteries can't do economically. You are essentially moving energy from one season to another. Why this matters so much? Let me be clear about why I am excited about this particular technology. Is number one, the cost. The traditional battery systems are expensive. You need rare earth materials, complex chemistry, and sophisticated manufacturing. And sand, it's literally under your feet. So it's cheap. It's so cheap that it's under your feet. So this makes long-term energy storage economically viable for the first time. So number one is the cost. Second is the scale. Sorry. So number one was the cost. Second thing which I'm going to talk about is the scale. So can you scale it? Yes, it can be scaled. And that is the beauty of it, that it can further be scaled. You can build sand batteries in almost any size you want. Small ones for neighborhood heating or massive ones for the regional energy storage. And that's flexibility is huge. Another thing is durability. So lithium batteries, they degrade over the time. After thousands of charging cycles, they lose the capacity. Sand doesn't. The sand will remain sand. It can do this infinitely. So you could have same sand battery working for 50 years. Now here comes the sustainability. So there is no mining of rare earth elements, no environmental destruction, no toxic chemicals, just sand. You are creating a sustainable loop. And you are addressing intermittency. This actually solves one of the core problem of the renewable energy, the fact that the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. So with sand batteries providing seasonal storage, your renewable energy system becomes much more reliable. So the real world actually impacts. So what it does, that it looks like in practice, means can it come in practice at all? So Vattenfall has already developed this technology in Finland. So a community can now capture the excess renewable energy in summer, store it as a heat in the sand battery, use the stored heat to warm their homes and the buildings in winters, reduce or eliminate the dependence of the fossil fuel heating, and you can drastically cut your carbon emissions And the best part, the economics work. So it's not a subsidy dependent technology, it's a economically competitive. And why this changes everything. So here's what I want you to understand is that renewable energy isn't just about the panels and the turbines, it's about creating a complete ecosystem. You need to generate, you need to transmit and then store. So for decades, the storage link was very weak. So we didn't have a good solution for storing the energy in long term, or you can say we cannot do it affordably. But the sand batteries actually has changed the equation completely. Suddenly, the seasonal storage has become accessible, and it is affordable, and it is practical too. So think about what this means globally. Many countries have heating seasons and periods when the renewable generation is strong, but those don't always match up. Talk about Norway. Norway has hydroelectric abundance in winter, but less in summer. Finland again has wind power, but harsh heating needs. So Germany has solar in summer, but the winters are frozen. With sand batteries, these regions can now maximize their renewable resources. They can store surplus energy and use it exactly when they need it. So, no fossil fuel, no carbon emissions, just stored heat from the renewable electricity is there. So, this is something, these are the why I have discussed these two major innovations which has happened at the world level, because these are the contributions from the institutions also. I don't have much time, but yes. So, what is the hidden problem with the green energy? So, it is breaking through the dependencies, wind turbines, electric vehicles, and reduced mining impacts are there. So, these are the things which are, uh, you can say, the need when we need these type of energies particularly. And what is the impact on the society and the industry, particularly when we talk about so industry transformation. The Indian renewable energy giants like Renew Power and Adani Green Energy, they leverage this research breakthrough to scale the energy needs deployment across the nation. They are doing it. So industry transformation is going on, particularly policy enablement regarding this. The research institutes, they enable to robust the policy framework, and they support India's commitment towards the 45% of emission intensity reducing by 2030. And the policies are being made in order to have this reduction up to that level. Grassroots movement, you can say, the educational programs like this one, which we are addressing. So eco clubs are there, community initiatives, and they foster the widespread of the awareness and nurture the green and entrepreneurship from the ground up. And then market acceleration is there. Market acceleration means the technology transfer mechanism efficiently move innovation from the research laboratories to commercial markets, driving India's clean energy transition. So there is a large impact, particularly when we talk about the societies. So overall, if we say, so this ecosystem actually fueled by the corporate scale policy ambition and bottom up innovation actually positions India to exceed its 2030 NDC targets, right? And this fosters the sustainable growth amid global climate goals. So this is something very, very impactful and important. So up till now, we have been talking about the incredible green energy technologies. Ocean 2, we have talked about, sand batteries, we have talked about, right? But here is a reality. All these innovation means nothing if we don't have a people to train to build it up or install it or maintain it. And scale these technologies to the level that it is adaptable for the complete country or the nation. So that's where the India's Skill Council for Green Jobs comes in. So this is another institution which actually scales up. So the major title or major topic for today was how to skill the country, number one, and how to come up with the researches and skill the country in order to adopt those researches in a better way. So this is one. So what actually is this Skill Council for Green Jobs, or SCGJ? So in 2015, actually, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has an industry-led non-profit body. Its mission: brigade the gap between the green sector demands and available skill workforce. Think of as the connector between the cutting edge innovation and the ground level implementation. So between the research institutes and the actual jobs, it is actually working. So the number tells the story. Look at this SCGJ's accomplished work. It has actually 77 plus nationally approved qualifications in green sectors, 5,60,000 plus candidates trained across the country, 900 plus affiliated institutions delivering the training, 4,700 plus certified trainers spreading knowledge. So these are not small numbers. We are talking about a massive scaling operation that actually is creating a green workforce capability right now. So it is having so much of potential, which it has, and it is doing a lot. It is doing a lot. So the workers, they get actually training from there. So they get certified, they get the jobs, and that's the cycle working. Why this uniquely Indian institution, and it is working for the massive, you can say, youth population. Millions, they are entering the job market annually. And do you think there is a challenges? There are challenges. So traditional manufacturing jobs are declining. And what is the opportunity? The green energy sector is booming. So this SCGJ essentially created a bridge between the India's democratic dividend and the green energy ambitions. So young people, they get trained in the skills and are actually in demand. So India gets the skilled workforce it needs for energy transition, scaling for the future. India, it is having an ambition. The renewable target is 500 gigawatts of renewable capacity by 2030, and that requires hundreds of thousands of skilled workers. So SCGJ is systematically training that workforce, but the number above represent the training done. The ambition extends far beyond this, with the potential to train millions more as the deployment actually accelerates. So India-led approach is there. Here we make SCCJ different. So it is it's industry-led type of institution, and it is working particularly for making the country more sustainable. So this matters because energy transition must be inclusive. You can't have sustainable development that leaves the people behind. Another important, you can say, the concept, it is Surya Mitra, the Prime Minister Surya Mitra Yojana, powering the solar energy skills nationwide. So it is again from concept to the success story. It has come up with a program which was launched in 2015 by the National Institute of Solar Energy (NISC), Gurugram, under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy (MNRE). So Surya Mitra has become India's flagship solar skill development initiative. So by 2022, the program has successfully trained 51,500 Surya Mitras across the country, creating a robust workforce for India's solar revolution. Now, this is having a 600-hour training program. It is having an inclusive focus, particularly which prioritize the rural youth, women, SC/ST candidates with ITI diploma backgrounds, ensuring equitable access to the green jobs. And they empower the practical skill, that is the hands-on skill, which equips the participants with the real-world expertise in the solar technology development and the business management. So this is something which is Surya Mitra Yojana. In the same way, Vayu Mitra and Jal Urja Mitra Yojana is also there. Vayu Mitra program in the same, this is also having the similar same pattern. So, what are the premium, or you can say premier research training hubs which are driving innovations? Particularly, it is IIT Delhi Renew Center for the Excellence, IIT Roorkee Hydro Research, and NIT Jalandhar Energy Focus. So, these are the institutions which are other institutions which are working for skilling the laborers and are also doing the excellence work. Germany and NPTI expanding. These are also regional training networks. Germany is in Gujarat, and this National Power Training Institute is in New Delhi, which is actually particularly working for the solar, wind, and bio energy, particularly the green energy. It is working. Now, particularly, what are the targets and what skill do we have and how we are working and proceeding further? It's about, you can say, India's green energy workforce actually development actually hinges the integrated efforts by the government institutions, technical institutes, and industry partners, creating a robust ecosystem which targets 35 million green jobs by 2047. So this ambition actually visions the power and it empowers the sustainable energy revolution through practical skills, certifications, entrepreneurship, and national capacity building, positioning institutions as the innovation drivers, policy bridges, and the human capital architectures. So there are things with like practical skills in innovation in solar, wind, and hybrid system, and emerging technologies. They form the technical foundation. The National Institute of Solar Energy (NISC) actually delivers Surya Mitra Skill Development Program, which I have already talked about. That it certifies over 51,500 technicians through 600-hour program we have talked about, right? In the same way, there are industry certifications, which are recognized credentials that open the doors for the quality green jobs. Not only, particularly in India, if India is going to train these people, definitely these people can bring innovation in other countries too. So by 2047, India, even before that, India will become an exporter of the labor, trained labor, particularly to the other countries where presently it is known for the unskilled one. In the same way, entrepreneurship actually empowers the youth to become the green energy entrepreneurs. Means it is not only generating the jobs, it is creating the jobs also. So this is another one. And climate resilience, if we talk about, India is famous for the two cities, Calcutta and Delhi, being the most polluted cities of the world. It is India which is developing the capacity for sustainable development for the rest. So these institutes they form the backbone of India's renewable energy revolution, which equips millions with the knowledge, skill, confidence to drive the nation towards the energy independence, climate resilience, and a prosperous, sustainable future, I would say. Right? In the same way, this global green skill challenge is there, where there is an educational gap, particularly which has come out to only 32% of the renewables by 2040 study. So timelines are also there by 2107. From the next century, we will be, no one of us may be there at that time. So renewable energy education may reach 200% of the current pace. Will not be alive to see that even. I talk about myself, I don't be. So job growth and the skills are there. So along with the job growth, the skilled job growth will be seen. So green jobs which are growing twice as fast as the workers relevant of the for the relevant skill, particularly this has been studied by the this World Economic Forum in 2024, that green jobs are growing at a faster pace. Sorry. Skill storage, if we talk about, so if you might be aware of LinkedIn actually reports only 1 in 8 people have the climate relevant skills despite booming demand. So this is what the you can say the future scope particularly is there. So this is again another, this you might have heard about this Gaza. These are in this is buzzword these days. So this is attending institutes. Besides being affected by the global strikes, this is still training the people and is giving a inclusive training and recognition, and it is having its economic impact itself. So if we talk about EIT, Indo Energy Skill Institutes, and NIIT partner, this is in partnership with the NIIT. So they are also having this modular learning, which aligns with the industry and is having a global scale. The people are getting job at the global scale itself. Addressing regional disparities, if we talk about, then the Asia Pacific leadership, particularly in which leads with China and India, it expands renewable energy to education rapidly. Means both the countries are doing very good at their own paces. Critical storage, or you can say storage for the energy, is being developed. It is very high in demand, and the future scope is also very high, particularly when we are talking about the bridging. I mean, there is need for tailored, accessible training programs to empower the local green economies and ensure the equitable transition. The future of green energy development, or yes, there is a great future if we talk about, and there are innovative models, there are collaborations, and it may foster the inclusive growth also. Now, the most important thing, I am at the end of the slide, why we all are here. What are the implications for the professors and the faculty across the disciplines, particularly regarding this? So, for academicians and for development and integration strategy, what are the things which are there? So, academicians, we all play a very vital role in advancing the sustainable development by integrating environmental consciousness to the education, research, industry collaboration. So, as educator, uh, we can teach the organizational change management, helping future leaders understand the dynamics of transition towards the sustainable practices and low carbon operations. Beyond teaching, the academician serves as mentors to the green entrepreneurship startups, guiding innovators in developing viable eco-friendly business models which address the pressing environmental challenges which we have today. So their research activities are instrumental in bridging the gap between the academia policy and the industry. And this will ensure that the scientific insights from the evidence-based policy making, that industrial practices, they evolve in line with the sustainability goals. Through the cost benefit analysis of the green technologies, academicians can evaluate the economic feasibility, social impact, and the environmental benefits facilitating the informed decision making by the companies. And if we talk about the domain of green finance, because I'm a man of finance and accounting. So regarding that, if we see the carbon markets and the finances, they contribute to developing innovative financial instruments, promoting responsible investment and enhancing the institutional understanding of climate related financial risk. Moreover, by designing investment models for renewable energy projects, we academicians can support efficient allocation and sustainable energy transition. Collectively, their multidimensional engagements actually foster a knowledge ecosystem that aligns the economic growth with ecological balance, positioning higher education institution as a catalyst for transformative sustainable change. So, regarding, you can say, implementing a structural, or you can say a development and an integrated strategy to embed a green energy in higher education, fostering sustainability skills across teaching, research, and collaboration can happen. Now, this is another example I have already been repeatedly been telling you, that the FDPs and workshop on green energy like this, right? So FDP train the educators on foundations of the renewable energy, or you can say the foundation of the concepts of renewable energy, like solar photovoltaics, wind energy, bioenergy, biosystems, which I have been talking about from last 2-3 days. So these workshops actually build teaching competencies and update the curriculum with the practical tools, right? Another thing is regarding the certification in the sustainability research. So formal certification, they equip the faculty with the advanced skill in ESG metrics, life cycle assessment, and climate modeling. So they enhance the research credibility and enable the academicians to lead the funded sustainability projects, which can be sanctioned by these institutions with a confidence that these projects will be implemented in a better way. Right? Now, again, we talk about the cross disciplinary research clusters. So these clusters actually unite the experts from the engineering, economies, and the environmental science to tackle the complex issues like energy transition modeling. So they spur the innovation through shared labs and interdisciplinary grants. Regarding your industry partnership and sabbaticals, so collaboration with the renewable firms, they can offer the real world exposure, and sabbaticals actually allow the faculty immersions in the industry and the R&D and also in the other countries. So this exchange actually refines the academic research with the market insights. Next is your integration with the green energy in the core courses. So the core curricula can incorporate the modules on the energy efficiency and renewables, ensuring all the students, they grasp the sustainability basics regardless of their specialization. I can give you a very good example over here. Can we, the management experts or the management teachers, can write certain case studies which comprise of maybe capital budgeting or capital structuring in such a way that we have to explain our students regarding any machinery. So can we take example of something which is sustainable like this? Or can we take a case study which actually tells not only, which actually teaches not only the capital budgeting or not only the capital structuring, but also the renewable energy in a subconscious way? So can we do that? So this is one of the way which I think that we can contribute particularly in the same way. The social scientist, or you can say the people from the sociology or the economics, they can also inculcate certain case studies in their own curriculum in order to enhance their curriculum, particularly from the point of view of the renewable energy, or it can create the awareness of the renewable energy itself. So this is something which can be there. Next, you can just add the electives of the renewable sector. So specialized electives which cover the policy, financing, technologies like hydrogen and the storage, they can attract the motivated learners and they can align it with the job market. Another thing which is there in the development and the integration strategy is the case studies from the institutes. I've just now talked about the case studies from the CSIR, TERI, and the NITI and IIT. So you can just take them, mold them, or fix them from your point of view to teach your class certain basic concept. Taking the case studies from these particular institutions will bring a drastic change and awareness in the among the students. Further is the link to the institutional skill development programs. So aligning the programs with AICT skill hubs ensure the scalable training, blending the theory with the vocational certification. That can be done. Joint projects with these research institutes can always be there, and student mentorship program, particularly on the green energy, which is one-to-one guidance to the students that nurture the startups and internship, and it will help in building a pipeline for the green leaders particularly. So this is all from my side today. I'm sorry I have taken much time, but I hope this session would have brought some insights to you. Actually, I've taken only 5 minutes more because 10 minutes I was already late. I was started late, but still, my apologies to all of you because it's a dinner time, or you might have, because I'm also hungry. So this is something which I would like to contribute, and I'm thankful to all of you for patiently listening to me, and have shown your patience, particularly for this session too. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I can take few questions if the organizers permit. Yes,
Sir,
Lokesh,
good evening. Only one question I would like to
are
ask.
there any questions or any comments from anyone? Most welcome.
To start with, we can have MOOCs course for this program, Green Energy or Swayam, Coursera. We can students ask them to start reading on this. That may be one idea we can generate for the students level to start with green energy and renewable energy, sir. MOOCs, immersive open online courses, Swayam, Coursera, to start with that to start for students level. And second thing is we discussed on green jobs at 2047. Also now recently at AICT, UGC, Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhiksha, also 2047. So I am trying to correlate both green jobs and this both will match together and take the economy further. That is 2 points which I may feel it's slightly important, Sergi. And
any question? Any question from any?
Yes.
Yes.
Any question from any participant? I think there is no question. Now I would like to invite for
I think,
yes.
have I done the justice with the today's session, or no question means people might not have understood anything from me, or what?
So may I have one question?
Yeah, Vaishali ji.
Sir, like we are talking about the solar and wind and all
Please,
this
a little
different.
bit, if you will be a little bit louder, that would be great. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I was asking about, we are talking of solar energy, wind energy, and we consider them as clean energies. But the material required to produce the solar panels and the wind turbines also, maybe today, but after a few years, 20, 25, 30 years down the line, will we be able to recycle them or
Yeah, why
sort
not?
of-
See, we now have technologies which can store the material too. And this material actually, this not it is not required to be recycled. Actually, these materials are required to be updated according to the technology which keeps on changing, right? So at present, the material availability is one of the thing which is which can be you can say, which can be seen as one of the challenges, particularly regarding the training of our own youth, particularly towards this the changing technology. You might have seen artificial intelligence has in last few in last 2 3 years, I would say, it has uh, it has changed the world drastically, and we have to actually train ourselves in order to be acquainted with them. So we have not actually gone for arrangements or the you can say the recycling of any of these materials, but we need to update them rather on a continuous basis, right, Vaishali ji? What do you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that what is needed, and for updation, these type of uh, FDPs are there, so where you can update yourself in order to enhance yourself in order to rise at a higher level to disseminate what you have gained from the knowledge.
Yes.
Anyways, thanks for the question, Vishali ji. Yeah, anyone else? Any other question?
Can have your contact number and email ID, sir, so that we can have an interaction in future, sir. With
Ah,
your
okay.
permission, Sarji.
Okay, actually, it was on my last slide, and you will. I think you have already got my slides of the previous session. My email ID and my mobile number is already there in on the last slide itself of the slide. I think, Lokesh, have you shared the slides with all of them? The previous
No, sir.
slides.
No, sir. I have not shared yet, but I will share it to everyone, sir.
Please do it immediately. Do it immediately so that everyone gets benefit of whatsoever has been disseminated. It is just you can just push it on the group. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
today's slides itself, I will send you in 5 minutes after completion of the session.
Thank you,
Please
sir.
share all these slides with all the participants. I have prepared these slides for them only, and these are freshly prepared. Means this comprise of the knowledge which I have also updated myself through this FDP. I'm thankful to Lokesh ji and our honorable Vice Chancellor sir for making me a part of this particular FDP so that I can also update, because my knowledge was also getting junked since. I was with the UPS in 2000 from 2010 to 2013. So it is. I'm thankful to all of you for that. And yeah, anyone else? Any other question? Yeah, Lokesh ji, any other query or question? If it is there, please share with me. I will definitely answer it back. Okay, Lokesh ji?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And even people can directly do it with me too. Uh, the email ID and phone number. I am available with the same phone number on the WhatsApp also. So there that can also be accessed by anyone anytime. You are always welcome for any interaction. One more announcement I would like to have, because this idea just now came in my mind. Uh, if you are really interested in coming up with some articles or book, uh, we means myself and Lokesh ji are willing to come up with a book, particularly full of articles of all of you, and those who are interested, they can write. Soon you will get the blueprint of that book on which topics you can write your articles and submit it to us. Probably within 2 or 3 months, we will be coming up with a book with all of your articles included in it. So this is idea which I have, and collaborate and get your work also published with the ISBN number with us. Okay, thank you so very much to all of you for
Sir,
listening. Yes.
sir, it is my privilege to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Pava, for delivering such an inspiring and enriching session on green energy and sustainable development. Your depth of knowledge, clarity of explanation, and ability to connect theory with the real world application made the session truly impactful. The insights shared have not only enhanced our understanding but also motivated us to think responsibly towards a sustainable future. We deeply appreciate your time, dedication, and willingness to share your valuable expertise with us. Thank you, sir. Sir, your mic is off.
I've just shared my mobile number on the group itself, and this is along with the WhatsApp also. So anyone wants to be in touch, you're always welcome. And thanks
Hi.
for all your comments and inputs. Thank you so very much.
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
sir.
You want to say something?
Yes, sir, it was a really wonderful session. In fact, I think 4 or 5 years before I visited TERI also. So when we were discussing about the TERI, how they are engaged into the policy research, so it was reminded. I just wanted to add one thing over here. Of course, it's not a question. Like I'm basically from IBS Hyderabad. IBS Hyderabad has a case research center which comes in the top 10 in the world. Top 10 in the world, and every year we conduct the conferences on the cases basically.
Great.
So if anyone is interested to write any cases, we have 20-30 dedicated faculty who are only engaged into writing case. They do not have any other work other than writing cases, so they can help you and you can collaborate with the people. I will help you to connect with the people, those who are writing cases here, those who are working in the case research center.
That's great, Sikandar. And see, if other people are also having some ideas, they can always share with over here. And we have that WhatsApp group, and fortunately, I have also become member of it. So please share your things over there also, so that we can have some good collaborative things coming up. Thank you
Sure,
so
sir.
very much, Sikandar, for your inputs. And
Indeed, your
others
session was
also
really
those who have,
informative, sir.
yeah, yeah. So you do one thing, share something on that group itself regarding the this particular case house which you have, case clearing house,
Sure, sir, sure.
right?
I will share the detail of the
Okay,
case of IBS Case Research Center.
okay, right then.
IBS.
Thank you and thanks from my end. Yeah, Shikha, over to you. I'm just logging off. Bye bye and have a good night.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night, sir.
Good night, sir.